Inside story of the Baghdad bomb squad. 9 years after the invasion, the Americans and British have gone, but they've left Iraq still facing almost daily attacks from those who want political chaos and sectarian hatred. But there is a small band of brothers trying to stop them with modest resources and great courage. For 1 week, they gave us unprecedented access to their lives. On a Baghdad street, a bomb disposal team are trying to defuse an explosive device. They don't realize that the bombers are watching them and have planted another device 3 meters away. Many in the squad have lost their lives. And that day, the injured officer, Lieutenant Jassim Mohammed Salah, was convinced he was going to die.
عملنا هو دفع توجه المتبترات توجه التراك للموت وناس يجيه الموت وناس يترك.
The Baghdad bomb squad are based here. They're actually a police team on ordinary police salaries. They work 36-hour shifts, eating here, sleeping here, putting their lives on the line for their fellow Iraqis when they get the call. Many of the bomb disposal experts here signed up during the Saddam years, but have since trained with the British and Americans. There are 4 12-man teams on standby around the clock, but it's the morning when the bombers are at their busiest. Our guide for the day was Rawad Yassin, who at 29 years old has already spent 6 years in the bomb squad, a job he chose largely because his brother had before him.
أكيد هو القلق موجود ودائما أول ما مثل ما غادر البيت راح يقولوا لي دير بالك حاضر إذا تقدر هذا العمل إذا تقدر تتركه بس إحنا عندنا أسباب نقنع إنه ما نقدر نتركه لذلك تعيين هنا مجرد إنه تعرف ضبط المعيشة بس بعدها نحس يعني إنه الواجبات وضبط الواجبات والانفجارات اللي تهدي مجتمعنا بعد انخرطنا بالقصة.
First call of the day. Top priorities are weapons and body armour. These officers have been shot at before, at the scenes of bombs. We headed with Rawad's team in convoy to the suburb of Karada, a rich area lived in by both Shia and Sunni Muslims. They thought they were heading to an unexploded device, but on arrival, it was clear they were too late. Where is it? Oh, it's gone. It's not a suspect package at all, it's an exploded bomb. So that's just... Although the bomb squad agreed to be filmed, Iraq's federal police routinely obstruct the media reporting bad news. Under threat of arrest, we stopped. But Rawad and his team had agreed to wear small cameras to film their work up close, in places too dangerous or difficult for us to go. With the public warned to stay back, the bomb squad moved in to gather forensic evidence. They were looking for the kind of explosive used, the force of the blast, and how it was detonated. The vehicles involved, and where they were positioned. Anything they could find to help trace who was behind the bomb. After a while, Rawad came to get me, insisting we should see the devastation for ourselves, whatever the federal police trying to stop us said. So where was the device? Here? So the device was right here.
هي سيارة مفخخة مقبول على جانب الطريق مستهدفة موقف مال وزارة الاتصالات. تم تفجيرها عن بعد طبعا. وهاي السيارة المتضررة اللي هي تابعة لوزارة الاتصالات إضافة إلى سيارات مدنية أخرى هم تضررت وشهيد واحد و15 جريح.
What is the purpose of these bombs? What are they trying to do?
أكيد هاي الشغلات الإرهابيين هم اللي يفتشون العملية السياسية مالتهم. ما يريدوا يعني أكيد هاي أكبر تدخلات خارجية إنه هذا الشعب ما يعيش مرتاح.
It was clear this had been a very sophisticated attack. The target was a senior military commander in charge of the Ministry of Communications Protection Force. Later we found out that although he escaped unhurt, 9 others, including several of his staff in a minibus, were killed and more than a dozen were injured. The people near the scene were in distress, angry about who would help them. It was quickly turning into a dark day in Baghdad. They've heard about another incident and they've got to get there as quickly as possible. As we headed off, reports were coming in of bombings around Baghdad. Another team had found an unexploded device right outside Iraq's oil ministry. It was a sticky bomb, about the size of a brick and fixed by magnet under the car of a brigadier general. Using their American robots, the Iraqis have an ingenious way of dealing with these devices. They make a water bomb with a small charge in a plastic bottle. It blows the sticky bomb off the car while the water stops it detonating. It meant they could even retrieve intact the mobile phone that would have detonated the device. As we drove back into the base, the mood was grave. Despite one successfully defused device, today the bombers were winning. Well, it's been a really busy morning here so far. There have been 4 explosions in different suburbs of Baghdad. In 2 of the incidents, officials were directly targeted. And the brigadier here says that has all the hallmarks of a coordinated Al-Qaeda strike. The risks of the job are hard to deal with. Many of the men have been hurt. And Rawad told me the dangers are never far from their minds.
يعني بس الحادث الأخير اللي هو صديقنا بيه راحت إيده اليمنى ورجله اليمنى راحت بيه وكان قريب الحادث للأسف يعني لا يعني كان انكسار بشكل مو طبيعي يعني تألمنا ويعني وصلت إلى حد الدموع يعني كان هو أصدقائنا كلهم.
Did what happened to Muhammad ever make you think again about your job here?
فترة إنه حسينا إنه باوح هذا حانا دي يصير واحتمال نتعرض لهذه المشكلة بس بعدها لا مارسنا حياتنا بشكل طبيعي ونبدأ نشوف يعني.
By now it was clear there had been attacks across Iraq. More than 55 people had been killed in one day. The vast majority were in Shia areas with Shia victims. Baghdad is a very divided city in terms of where the Shia and Sunni communities live. This whole side of Baghdad is Shia. Sadr city up here, New Baghdad up here, and the bomb squad itself is situated right in the heart of it, up here. And they draw most of their officers from these communities. And in fact, if you look at the makeup of the staff here, they are 99.5% Shia. In 2 years, more than 30 bomb disposal experts have been killed across Iraq. Lieutenant Colonel Riyad showed me the walls lined with pictures of those he'd lost.
ايضا مع كل المجموعات عندنا رسول مرتضى جاسي نايف علي زوير الله يرحمه هذا من الخبراء الابطال فوز لطفي الله يرحمه صور حسن هيثم الشيخ اللي ما اخذ الرائد الله يرحمه نفس حالة يستشهدون. ان العقيد محمد حادث اغتيال ايضا.
Half the men on this one wall had been killed in one explosion. All of these have the same date, 11 men killed in one single disaster. And you can see very starkly over on this wall the sorts of devices, the improvised explosives that they are up against that have been taking their lives. One of those killed trying to defuse a vehicle bomb was Ali Hamid. His partner Ali Latif survived with terrible leg injuries. Having had death threats before, he asked us to protect his identity as he showed us the footage of what happened.
كانت عجلة مفخخة اللي هي باص، فخدمنا الرجل هذه بالمرايات شفنا السيارة عاملين عليه، فاضطرينا انه معالجة يدوية، وهذا خطأ لأنه صار. دخلنا بطن السيارة تفاجأنا بالذخائر، يعني شيء بينه وتفاجأنا بالتليفون، التليفون باشر انه كان يدق، ندق التليفون بعد يعني. اشلاء وصف الاشلاء.
How do you deal with the fact that you survived but your colleague was killed?
صعب، أعيش حالة نفسية من يوم الحادثة، يعني أعيش على بعض المهدئات الحين، يعني هوا فاديهم.
These days, Ali Latif is unable, physically and mentally, to go to crime scenes, but he's turned his hand to forensics, becoming a fingerprint expert.
هو هذا الوضع الدولة الكهربائية ما كلها محطوطة بالعبور.
بس هي هاي تعرف شلون؟ جهاز تحكم هو عنوان يسمونه ستيكي بوم.
This is the mobile phone that was on the sticky bomb that they defused, and Ali Latif is trying to get as much forensic evidence off it as he possibly can. What is it you're seeing?
يعني ما تدري ما كان من الأجزاء، وهذا الجزء البسيط كل كلام.
Is this a very complicated device?
هذا مو يعني يجي يربطه الا مهندس يفتهم بالآلات بالكهرباء كهربائية.
بس اللي يصنعون قليل جدا، احتمال يعني احنا من 2004 لحد الان تقريبا نفس الشغل، يعني يقوم به شخص واحد او اثنين مو اكثر.
The forensics team believe Al-Qaeda in Iraq, who are Sunni extremists, are behind most of the bombings. There's no doubt the violence is deepening the sectarian divide between Sunni and Shia Muslims. Most targets are Shia, and Shia leaders, including the Prime Minister, accuse Sunni politicians of complicity. In turn, Sunni leaders claim Shias are blaming their community so that Iraq can be dominated by the Shia majority. Off shift, Rawad spent a cherished afternoon with his daughter. At 6 years old, Mariam has never known Baghdad without bombs, but she's kept shielded as much as possible. Does Mariam know what you do?
لا تدري أنا بي الشرطة بس ما تعرف شنو أعمل.
And do you miss him when he's at work? It was Mariam's future that motivated Rawad to serve with the bomb squad.
وأحاول إنه أأمن مستقبلهم قبل لا يصير الحادث اللي أنا أحبه ما يصير، بس خاف يصير، فدائما أتمنى إنه أوفر لهم الظروف الجيدة بعدي، يعني راح تختار حياتها، بس الحياة اللي أتمناها لها الحياة السعيدة أكيد، اللي خالية لا من الانفجارات ولا من المشاكل اللي قاعد تصير.
We've come back after yesterday's terrible events to the base, and people are pretty exhausted, and they've had some terrible news, which was that in Diyala province, which is not too far away, some of their colleagues from a bomb squad there have been attacked by terrorists who broke into their homes and shot them dead. What goes through your mind when you hear that bell say there's been a bomb?
صراحة قلق، ما أعرف شنو اللي راح يتوجه علي. تكون سيارة مفخخة أو ناسفة أو جسم غريب، يعني قلق. فمنا لما نوصل لمحل الحادث مشغول أفكر بالشغلة.
It's just before 8 o'clock and there's been an incident. We don't know if it's exploded yet, but the bomb squad are racing to the scene. A bomb had gone off in the heart of a poor Shia suburb, meters away from an office of the Mahdi army, a powerful Shia militia who effectively control the area. On a busy street, there was no security cordon. Local people were just milling about the wreckage. Car bombs like this are usually aimed at officials or police. This time, the bomb squad were not sure who the target was.
Wow. This car has been totally destroyed. This was a car?
Yes.
Gathering forensic evidence was a desperate race against time. The city workers were under orders to clear wreckage as quickly as possible, to keep Baghdad moving and prevent people feeling the bombers are succeeding.
علام المبرز جرمي انه تدل على انه سياره هوندي.
Then it happened again. With the disapproving eyes of the Shia militia on them and us, the federal police told us to stop filming and leave.
So they found out that the explosion happened very early in the morning, just after 7 o'clock. Most people were asleep in their homes, so there were very few injuries, but it was a very big explosion and this caused a lot of damage.
A visitor arrived at the base. Mohammed Jabbar was the friend Rawad had told us about, who was blown up last year trying to warn people away from a roadside bomb.
يعني أنا من انضربت يعني انخبصوا جو يمي ساعة ظل يضرب على راسه يعني.
طبعا اكيد كان الانفجار كلش قوي، بس اللي محمد اللي تأذى بيه يعني رجلي مبتورة من هنا وجوا وإيده مقطوعة من هنا وطاب جوا السيارة مال العجلة، لأن رجلي مبتورة العظم طالع مال من هنا، إيده مبتورة وكله دم.
اي احنا هذا الحادث او اي حادث يمر بينا من انفجار اكيد انت راح تفزع وبتصير فد شلون تقول خربطه بالفريق، فتشوف اصدقائك كانوا مصوبين هون وما ينتابك غير شعور انه استشهد يعني.
Is he not a reminder of the great dangers here?
احنا يذكرنا، بس هو لاجل حادثة محمد احنا لازم نستمر.
طبعا انا جماعتي لما اشوف مرتاح والله حزين، لانه اشوفهم وانا لان مفارقهم يعني حزين. انا يعني كنت ما اقدر يعني انا وياهم عايش وياهم يعني اكثر من ما انا عايش ويا اهلي.
Mohammed didn't stay long. His visit clearly affected Rawad and the others. Such an obvious reminder of the dangers, difficult to confront. But we wanted to know more and decided to visit him at home. He lived in one of the poorest parts of Baghdad, a dangerous, crime-ridden shantytown. He seemed very different from the proud man we'd met at the base. On a painful, ill-fitting prosthetic leg, unable to support a wife, 3 children and a mother on a $200 a month police pension.
أنا سوالي طرف هنا بالمطار، وهذا الطرف ثقيل حيل، يعني ما أقدر أمشي بيه صراحة، يعني وما أمشي من النار اللي جاي، أنا مسجون هنا بالبيت.
Mohammed, it must be very difficult for you to see your son like this.
شو الفضايح يعني شوف أقول لا حول ولا قوة غير جاي مش حتساعدني، وما لو جهالة أطفال 3 يعني هم يرادلهم عيشة، يرادلهم مسكن، يراد كل شيء ما أريد أنا من الله ومنكم، أريد يشيلون الأطراف على مود بلكتي يعيشني.
How do you feel now about working for the bomb squad?
أنا ندمان لأن عملت بها صراحة، لأنه إحنا عملنا إنساني نحمي المواطنين يعني من العبوات الناسفة أو السيارات المفخخة، فانضربت أنا نهائيا، يعني ما وقفوا لي نهائيا. أنا رجل وإيدي وما أستحق أنه أطلع برا، وهاي المسؤولية الصعبة وجهالي، وراح أتأذى، يعني بعد راح أتأذى لأنه أنا راح أطلع.
Mohammed's commanding officers say they are still hoping to secure compensation for him. I needed to understand more about how the bombings feed the sectarian divisions between Baghdad's Shia and Sunni communities. So we headed to the place many ordinary people get their political leadership, Friday prayers. The Barata Mosque is one of the oldest, most important Shia sites in Iraq. In 2007, 3 suicide bombers killed 90 people here in one day. The Imam is a powerful political voice.
أي فجيعة إلى أن يصف أعمال التكفيريين سواء كانوا من البعثيين أو كانوا من موجودين القاعدة، هؤلاء يكفي اسمهم لكي يتذكر الإنسان كل صور القذارة والذبح.
This part of Friday prayers is where the Imam talks politics. He's talking about economics, the way people are living, but also about the attacks and who's behind them. He blames Al-Qaeda, but he also has a coded sectarian message, blaming ex-Baathists. They were the people who worked for Saddam, and they were mostly Sunni.
If Iraq's Shias are feeling targeted and unsafe, the Sunnis feel wrongly blamed and persecuted. Most want nothing to do with Al-Qaeda, but feel cut out of power by the Shia-led government. I went to the mansion of one of the most powerful Sunni tribal leaders, Sheikh Ali al-Hattam. 5 years ago, he ordered his men to stop fighting the Americans and turn on Al-Qaeda. The awakening, as it was called, helped pave the way for American withdrawal. But now he feels betrayed, arguing Iraq's Sunnis have been marginalized.
يحتاج نذهب إلى الوزارات ونشوف التوازن الوظيفي كيف يتم على أساس الولاء الحزبي والمذهبي.
The Sheikh believes the Shia government is using the current bombing campaign as an excuse to increase discrimination against Sunnis. He fears the result will be further terrible sectarian violence.
احنا مو مقبلين وإنما رايحين إلى الصدام، يعني هذا فرض علينا، فرض أقول لك مو قضية اختيار، بل بالعكس احنا نريد نتجنب.
Will you be prepared to lead it?
هسه بلشنا نعدلها، يعني المواجهة. أعطيك المختصر المفيد، احنا في طريقنا إلى الصدام، مسألة وقت يبون.
Our last day and the alarm sounds again. Officers have been called to a suspected car bomb outside a Shia mosque. In the week we were in Baghdad, the bomb squad saved many lives. But across the country, some 30 bombs exploded and more than 100 people were killed. When US troops withdrew in December, Barack Obama claimed Iraq was left stable and democratic. The bomb squad know stability is still elusive. Since making that film, the bomb squad has faced many more attacks, and Mohammed is still desperately seeking medical help for his prosthetic leg. You can find more detail on the website. Next week, Jenny Kleeman follows two extraordinary filmmakers